Good afternoon. I'm going to walk you through the process of submitting a field or court permit application through the Fairfax County Neighborhood and Community Services website, which is also referred to as NCS. NCS controls all fields and courts within Fairfax County Park Authority, and also within the high school and middle schools within the county. So if you're looking for a field for your club, for example, a one-time use, which would be like a one-time game, this could happen on multiple different weekends. So if you're looking for 3 different games on 3 different weekends, you would need to submit 3 different one-time use application permits. There are deadlines when seeking a permit. The more prepared you are and proactive, the better. Youth teams and local community leagues do take priority, but it is important that you meet deadlines if you would like guaranteed space. So once you have created your account, you're going to need to come in here and go to applications, and you're going to need to create a user group. I have a couple that are already created. So within here, I'm going to do a sample application for club softball. So within here, we're going to select our user group, select our sport, facility type, we're looking for a field. Our season, we are looking for spring of 2025. So the spring season is from March 1st through June 15th. As you can see, the fields will not open for rental groups until March 1st. So we're going to go ahead and select that, and we're going to hit to start a new application. So now that we're in here, we're going to go through that process again. We're looking for a field for the softball. We're looking for our season, which is spring 2025. Application type, this is going to be a one-time use. So I said if you're doing like a single game, that would fall into a one-time use permit application. Now we're going our adult softball, continue. Go ahead and agree to this, but we're going to have some additional language that we do need to add to our agreement. So now that we're in here, we need to go ahead and fill in the specifics. Make sure your contact information is correct to reflect whatever emails you will be checking, because this is where your permit application and link to pay your fees will be sent. So here we're going to apply for the March 12th single use. Go ahead and put the same date for everything if this is a one-day event. So in this user group comment, we are going to need to add some specific language to this in relation to our insurance and assumption of risk. This language can be found within the template that we shared with how to reserve a field. So please refer to that document to copy and paste the language. So then you're going to have to answer these questions in reference to any of these things taking place. So if you're just running a game, you won't be running camps, tryouts, or any of those types of things where you're collecting a outside registration fee. Expected number of participants, for this we'll say 40. Anticipated number of spectators, we'll say 15. Put whatever applies to your organization. In this case, organization is nonprofit, and we do have liability insurance for that event. So in here, we would want to go ahead, make sure we review all these and check those that apply. Really, none of these should apply for sports such as baseball and softball. So you can go ahead and save this now that we have all of our information in here. Okay, so now that you've saved it, it's in a pending status. So now you can go ahead and hit verify. This is very important that you verify every step that you go through after you have saved it. And as you can see, it's changed from pending to verified. Now we're going to go through the process of requesting the specific facilities that we're looking for. So we're going to add a facility here for our softball one-time use application. So the local high schools that have been very helpful for us in the past, as Centerville for softball and baseball, have been helpful. So we're going to shoot for a request at Centerville High School. Even though it's Centerville, Centerville High School does not fall into the city of Centerville within Fairfax County. It actually falls into Clifton. So we're going to go ahead and select that. We're looking for a high school field. We're looking for Centerville High School and 60 feet bases. So that's what this is referring to. So now we're going to host a game. You want to let them know that this is going to be a GMU club softball game, double header per se. So it appears they have a character thing on here. Let me delete this and be a little more concise. So this is just notifying them that this is a club softball doubleheader. If it's a triple header, put that in there, but that you will send updated rosters closer to the date. The reason I say this is later on in this application, you will be asked to upload copies of your rosters. So here, you'll have to just put that information in there that it'll get done later on. So like I said, if this is a one-day event, use the same start and end time. What time? Make sure you build in access time for warm-ups and for cleanup of the field. Very important when you use Fairfax County Parks and Recreation fields, you leave the fields in better condition than when you got on them. So that means picking up all trash, putting things away. If it requires any type of field maintenance or service, make sure that gets done as well. So we're going to ask for some access time at 10 a.m. To get in there, get this stuff taken care of. And we're going to put in our end time of 6 p.m. And then we want to go ahead and select this is a Saturday. We're going to save it. Just as we did before, we're going to have to go ahead and verify this. So make sure you run through, take a look at the existing information that it is correct, and we're going to verify. As you can see, it went to verified status as well. So now we're going to go ahead in here into statistics. They're looking for how many people do you plan to have at your event. So we're looking at softball for adults. How many female players? Approximately 40. How many teams? 2. If it's more, if you're doing a round robin or small tournament, update these numbers as needed. So in here, we're going to save just as we did before. And we're going to go ahead and verify this. As you can see in here, it has 40 residents, even though both teams may be not all participants may be county residents since they're at Mason, but we are allowed to put them as county residents since this is an event that's within the county per the university. And that includes the visiting team members. We can list them for these purposes as residents. So go ahead and verify this information. As you can see, the statistics are now in verified status. Now we're going to go to roster, and this is important. So you're going to have to download, as you can see right here, download the Excel roster template. You can go ahead, download it, and then upload it blank. And And because you remember we made note of we will send them an updated roster as we get closer to that date. But you cannot submit the form without uploading even the blank roster. So we're going to go ahead and upload this blank template here, the same one that they have. So we have now uploaded that, and we will hit to verify that this information is correct. It didn't take. Oh, there we go. It took it twice, but it didn't want to. All right, so now we see it's moved to verified. So the final step is going to be going back home here. Go back into your applications. You can, if you ever need to search for your stuff, you can go back in here. We're searching applications. So we have one here that, as we can see, this 169727. That number you're going to need to write down, because we're going to shoot an email to Mr. Andrew Buffington with Fairfax County Parks and Rec with NCS Services. So you want to go back in here and you want to hit to submit this application. So once we submit it, then we can go ahead and email Mr. Buffington this reference number. So please reference the sample email template in the how-to guide for reserving facility space with NCS as how we want to communicate. You can change, but please make sure that the email reflects some of those categories to ensure all information is included in that email. So you should be ready to go. Go ahead and log out and shoot your email, and good luck with your application process.